Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hope you're doing well. So this is a popular account on X, and I just wanted you to see how many followers he has, so I can show you the next post. Here we see he says never Islam, and then it has like the cross leading up on the buildings. And the strangest thing is that, to me, New York City is not some Christian town. It's not a little cottage with a cozy little Hobby Lobby and Cracker Barrel, and people are picking apples and wearing bonnets and making sourdough bread. The grit and grime of New York City and the vulgarity and roughness of New Yorkers is pretty intense. You know, it's not some soft, effeminate area. It's not a place that's like the Vatican. This is like New York City. Graffiti, the smell of sour milk, the overinfestation of rats, the dangerous subway. I mean, this not you cannot call that place like a Christian area. I mean, the amount of hedonism plastered on the screens with half-naked women and bars and nightclubs and hookers and escorts and massage parlors where things go awry with a happy ending. That is not some Christian utopia area, alright? I don't really think these people want a sort of Christian Sharia, we'll call it. They like the aesthetics of Christianity. Kind of like how 50 Cent would wear a cross, or P. Diddy wears a cross. They just like that jewelry dangling around, and they like the architecture, and they like to have chocolate bunnies on Easter, and egg hunts, and fat jolly Santa Claus, and reindeer. And so they mix their paganism with the Christian dogma, and they think like they're like some type of devout Christian. They don't really apply the rules and live by it, you know? So it's easy for them to be like, oh, Islam is so bad, but then, okay, why don't you start applying Christian rules to the letter, hardcore orthodox, no modern revisionist stuff. Let's go all in, make it there, okay? Let's do it. Let's see. Get under Christian Sharia, right? But they won't do it. They don't want to actually have to follow their religion. It's just like a Christ is King grift. So these people, they're not serious. And whether he likes it or not, he can't stop Islam from spreading. More and more women are craving masculine men, not nice guy, little clones. And race mixing is here, so the KKK, white supremacist wing of Christianity is not working. Okay? And a lot of non-whites are seeing how bigoted and hateful a lot of white supremacist Christians are. And then we notice that Islam doesn't shame other races. There's no white supremacist passage in the Bible, but Christians are the number one religion that push white supremacy. So you're going to have a lot of blacks who are like, this is odd. Very odd. That they would belong to a religion that hasn't gotten rid of the white supremacists. Right? Whether it's Mark Dice, Elijah Schaefer, countless others, you'll notice this hinting towards white supremacy. Where they literally will post memes of calling blacks the N-word and whatnot. Not very Christian behavior. New York is not a Christian city. New York is gritty, deadly, lots of drugs, lots of sin, and financial slime. Lots of interest. Lots of high rollers partying it up as they pass over the peons. People traveling by helicopter. Those executives in their tall towers looking down on the peasants, pushing shopping carts, sleeping on the benches. It's a dystopian nightmare. Not a Christian city at all. But Islam can fix New York City. Get rid of the interest banking. More mosques, more modesty, close the bars, clean up the streets, close down the gangs, close down these illegal casino areas, make it harder for drug dealers to deal, close down the nightclubs where adultery happens, fornication happens. See, if there really was badass priests who went full crusader, they would be standing outside the nightclubs hoping it gets shut down. They'd be passing out more food to the needy. But again, these people, they're not trying to be like the High Sparrow in Game of Thrones, where things gonna get real. They just like the aesthetic. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all the believers in the state of New York and in New York City. Ameen.